We are back in Rathdrum today, and today we're going to talk about just a few different subdivisions here. So we've got Brookshire South, and Hollis Woods. Hollis Woods is over there across the road of Myers, and then as you can see, I'm down here where Brookshire South is. They're still building it out, and then up behind me is Brookshire. So great little neighborhoods. These are newer neighborhoods. They've popped up here just in the last few years. This Brookshire South and the Hollis Woods over there across the street are the newest ones. Now, this is back in Rathdrum, so we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of the pros and cons of this area and just kind of see what you think. So we're going to get after it right now. Hi, I'm Reed Wilson with Living North Idaho Life, and if this is the first time to the channel, then go ahead and subscribe below, tap the bell so you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on up here in the North Idaho area. Today we are going to discuss Brookshire South, and Hollis Woods over there across the street here. This is a newer neighborhood. It's a little breezy. Hopefully that won't affect the sound quality here too much, but as you can see, we are out on the plains here. This is what they call it. There's agriculture out here in that area. You can maybe see the mountains. That's Mount Rathdrum Mountain up there behind me. But we're out here today, and they're building out these new subdivisions. These have been just some great little areas, family areas. They got walking paths, they got little parks. Just north of here, you got Corbin Crossing. It has a great little park with some ball fields and lots of kids, swings and things they can climb on, plus a splash pad. It's got a dog park. They hold events there. It's a great little resource for this area. But in this area, yes, they do have some great walking paths. Some of the cons in this little area right here is probably going to be the wind, because you are out here on the plain, so we will get some wind. In the winter, you're going to get more snow than you would in Coeur d'Alene or maybe even some of the Post Falls areas. And the railroad tracks. You might be able to see there's railroad tracks behind me. I'm going to get some drone views where we'll take a look, but some of these homes are built right up against the railroad tracks. Now, these tracks here are not extremely active. Typically, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 trains during the day. And then if I remember correctly, from when I used to live out this way, there was one that would come through around 11, 12 o'clock at night. Now, the only downside is when it crosses the road over here at Myers, they do have to blow their horn. So you do know it, but I used to live in Corbin Crossing there. You do get used to the train, and you get to where you don't even hardly notice it. In fact, most times I didn't even hear it. So some real positives. It's easy to get in and out of if you're going into downtown Coeur d'Alene, you're going into Post Falls, you got to run into Spokane, wherever you might be working. It's really some easy access from out here. The other positive is it's out of the touristy areas, so it's a little more quiet out here. You don't have all the hustle and bustle of the tourists and getting to the restaurants and to the lake. You do have a lake that's close by. You got Twin Lakes. You got another one, Hauser. But from here, you're about 25 to 30 minutes into downtown Coeur d'Alene. You are 45 minutes from the airport, and 30 minutes from malls and whatnot in that Spokane area. But easy access to a lot of places. So anyway, we're gonna kind of show you around these neighborhoods. Price points in Brookshire South. There are some 2-bed, 2-bath properties that are coming up that will be in that high 300,000 range, and I believe the Hollis Woods over there starts more in that mid 500, and then you can get up into that 700,000 to 800,000 range on the top end in both of these. So depending on, size and bedrooms and that type of stuff. So I'll throw up some different properties so you can get an idea of what these properties look like and kind of get a feel for how they're priced out. and we're just going to go take a look right now. All right, we are talking back into Rathdrum and talking about the Brookshire South and the Hollis Woods subdivisions. Let's just try to give you an idea where those are at. Airport's out this way, Spokane here, I-90 comes on across, Coeur Lane right here. But Rathdrum sits right up here. And we are in the Rathdrum community there. And so as you come up 41, that would take you right into Rathdrum. And the area we are talking about actually sits right out here in this area here. I didn't do a very good job, but you'll kind of get an idea, and let's blow it up here so we've got a little better understanding. This is all newer subdivisions, so this has just all been put in the last few years here or so. They are building like crazy. This is Corbin Crossing area here, and this is mostly Hayden homes in here. Great little park. I mentioned the Majestic Park. That is just a great park. It's got the ball fields. It's got a dog park over here on this side. You have playground equipment, splash pads, covered seating if you want a picnic, all that type of stuff. But just a great area right there. But we're going to talk this area right here. This is all Tullamore. And this part here has been more Tullamore South. Now my guess is they will continue to build down here on this side. And then Hollis Woods is coming out along this area here and will be right in here. So price points, a lot of these, like I said, these are Hayden homes. We do have Atlas homes, so we got Hayden and Atlas over here. There might be one other over here. You have mostly Hayden homes in Brookshire and in here. You do get a mixture. I'm not sure if Atlas is over here, but we have seen some built by Dom, and a couple others that are in the area. So great little homes, but they just start at a little better price point. So I will throw one up. There's a little home that a 2-bed, 2-bath, high threes, it's like 380 or 390, somewhere in that ballpark. 2-bed, 2-bath home. So you are under that 400,000 range, which has been really hard up here in that area, in this area. But most of these homes will be, especially in the Brookshire, starts in around that mid-4s, low to mid-4s. And that's kind of a smaller, maybe a 1,200 square foot to 1,400 square feet, and then you'll get up into those mid-6s, 700,000. Over here on some of these properties with the Hollis Woods, I have seen a little higher price points, and it looks like right now, anyways, they're starting around that mid-500,000 range and going up closer to around that 800,000. So we'll throw up some different properties so you can kind of get an idea what we're looking at. I did mention the downside. you do have the train track comes in along here, and while I had the drone up, train did come by, so it was kind of a shorter train. Now I haven't found that to be a big, now I don't know, I haven't lived right down here next to tracks, and so I imagine you might feel it as the train goes by, but like I said, we don't get a lot of trains along this line here. Most of the trains come up through, right through the middle of Rathdrum. They get over 100 trains a day up through there, but they do have the overpass here, so it doesn't really affect anything, and it sits down in, so it's not like you hear it. You know, everything else is kind of built up around it, and so it really hasn't been an issue, at least I don't think so. I used to live out here in this Corbin Crossing subdivision, and it seems like times at night, you know, if I was laying in bed, I could hear the whistle blow as it comes across. Some of these areas like Lancaster here is a pretty busy street. People in and out, you know, because it's quick, easy access over to 95 from 41. So they do have gates that drop there. They do not have gates here, so they blow their horn. They blow their horn, and now 41, they redid 41 that goes up over the tracks. So it's not really a hindrance there. But for that area, you know, we talked about some of the cons there, and as you can see, you're out here in the wide open, you're out on the plains, and so you do get some wind, which means in the winter when it snows, you get some drifts. So you do get more snow out here in the Rathdrum area than you typically will down in the Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls area. The upside is, you know, aside from the train tracks, you know, that's probably the only other real con. Niche.com rates their school systems as a B+. They do have some really highly rated schools, so if you got kids in school, they've got some great athletic programs. It's a little smaller school, so you know, you don't feel like, I think the kids don't feel like they get lost in the crowd, but I've got nephews that go there, and they love the school system. They've gotten a great education, so something to keep in mind. We do have some, you know, we did a video on the school systems up here. We do have some fairly good school systems, you know, but we're seeing a lot of growth, so that does affect everything. But anyway, these areas out here are newer areas, and we just wanted to bring it to your attention. I'm going to throw up some different properties. Just know most all the homes that are going to be out here, we are starting to see some of the homes here in Brookshire where, you know, they're 1, 2, and 3 years old, coming back up for sale as people, you know, as life circumstances change, as they either get divorced or take a job or move out or move up or whatever it might be. So if you're not wanting to wait for new, some of this area up through here has some homes that have been around for a little while. Same with up here, Corbin Crossing. They're the same, a lot of the same floor plans up through here. And then, but we'll throw it up. I hope this helps out, at least kind of gives you more clarity on another subdivision here in the Rathdrum area, and hope you enjoy the video.